Hello, I'm Martin Fencka and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Civilization 5 is Brazil. So during the previous episode I asked you a couple of questions, guys, so let's go through the answers, or rather let's talk about what's like the consensus is that we want to do. So most of you don't want to do one city challenge, or that other option where we would go one city challenge halfway and then see if we could expand with banking when we get access to pioneers. Okay, fine. We won't do that. We'll expand as soon as possible. It's not a problem. I'm strongly considering doing an alternate series that will be running at the same time, where I would go with the semi one city run, the one where we would start expanding and banking, because I myself am really curious how that would or wouldn't work. But well, I'm not sure that would be interesting, and also it might be a bit confusing having two very similar series running at the same time. So maybe at some point I will return to this exact moment and just use it to do another series, but it depends on how quickly we'll have to abandon this version of Vox Populi, because of course the development is quite fast. But we'll see. Maybe I will just do it because, as I said, I'm really curious. Okay, so that's one thing. The one city challenge, and what was the other thing? Right, that's the pantheon. If we were going one city challenge, I would really strongly consider renewal and keep as many of these jungle and forest tiles untouched, and just see how that would work. We would still need tiles for great people, though. We would need quite a few, so probably wouldn't be the best choice. That's one detail that I forgot to consider, that with one city we would have so many great people tile improvements that eventually Goddess of Renewal would just completely, its effect would completely disappear. It would be nice for the early game. It would really help us to get the fourth social policy very quickly, and the fourth social policy is pretty important. But well, we are not doing one city challenge, so I think I'll pass on the Goddess of Renewal. There are not that many jungles and forests. There are some down here, but for Goddess of Renewal to be really effective, you need to have jungles and forests basically everywhere, which we don't. So let's forget about that. There were then some questions about things like what is it? God of Open Sky, for example. I think that's basically Goddess of Renewal, because it kicks in later and then in the end it falls off in a similar way. It's just the yields are not good enough for the late game. And well, the effect in the early game is super important, and this one takes quite some time to really kick in. So that's not an option. Other than that, there really is not much else left that would be worth considering, as long as there is Goddess of Beauty. I think that's the biggest problem. The Goddess of Beauty is so much better than anything else that there's really no point in just even mentioning anything. Even the Goddess of Renewal, I mean, I just like the Pantheon, so that's why I was considering it, but it's almost always worse than Goddess of Beauty, as long as we are going for this game style where we want to go tall and focus on wonders early. The early great engineer you can get is basically what allows us to almost guarantee the early game wonders that we are interested in. Another thing is we won't have that much production around here, so early great engineer helps with that a lot. So as usual, Goddess of Beauty. And well, I will have to go a domination game soon so that I can play with another pantheon. Yes, Goddess of Beauty. And now, usually I would go Shrine here, or in all the previous games we were doing the similar playstyle, I went Shrine to get the religion as soon as possible. But in this case, we're gonna need workers, and we're gonna need them like right now. In 9 turns, we get access to our Brazilwood camps that we can start building right away. We can get the plantations, so we need worker right here, and we're gonna need more than one. The thing is, in 9 turns we get Temple of Artemis, so then we will have to switch, but I want to have one worker by the time we get to Temple of Artemis. So Yeah. Here we can, I think, end the turn. How are we gonna do it, by the way, after the temple, or rather after we get the calendar? I want to go mathematics to get composite bows because he will be expanding. I want to be able to defend myself and even attack if there is like an inconvenient city settled by most likely India or what's the other guy? Persia, not Persia, Arabia. Don't really care about Hanging Gardens that much. If we can get them, great, but I won't be like going all in on Hanging Gardens, do anything possible to get them. But pottery is not along the way, so I'll probably go calendar into pottery and then mathematics. Yeah, and then philosophy. Okay, fine. We can maybe even queue it up. Construction, mathematics. We don't need mining. We don't need anything down here. Don't really care about spearmen as long as we have composite bows. Or as long as we have early composite bows, I should say. So after this, we'll see if we grab bronze working before philosophy or if we go there right away. What sucks a little bit is that we won't have writing for libraries early, so we may lack some science. I probably have to go writing after mathematics and then philosophy, and just rely purely on the composite bows that they'll be enough for the defense. Okay, fine. Next. Wait. Oh, I don't have the social policy. Where is it? Justice to work the specialist slot. I was thinking, why the hell is it 54 turns for the great engineer? It should be much faster, and I forgot that we are missing the important social policy that's gonna speed it up. Wonder if I go sovereignty first. Excuse me. Maybe I would try sovereignty first if I was trying to rush Hanging Garden specifically, because that I think would give us the forward social policy faster. But since I don't care about Hanging Gardens that much, since we are not going one city challenge, I think I will go for the production. The production will help us more units, more workers. It will give us settlers faster. Okay, now the it's not lined up. We have the social policy with the research lined up very nicely, but we are one turn behind on the worker. But I mean, it's lined up decently well. Probably shouldn't complain. We are saving up money for another archer, I think. With 9 gold per turn, we should be able to buy our army pretty quickly. I think once we get like 5 archers, we should be perfectly fine. Then we just save up for the upgrades. There is calendar. There is the social policy. So, as I said, we go in justice. 3 turns to grow. What are we working? All the tiles that we are working are decent-ish. So they probably want to wait for the growth and then lock the guardhouse. We have some pantheons. I can check pantheons later. I don't think there is anything like we have to worry about too much yet. No matter what the AIs take. Just want to check later. Just have an idea what they are doing. But don't need to know it right now. So, Brazelwood Camp. That's gonna be... actually, wait, how is it gonna be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, Yeah, sounds good. Okay, there's the worker. We can start working on the temple. And 2 turns, that's what we are waiting for. Then we lock the engineer slot. You can just sit here. It'll give me the camp. And I wanted to check the monopoly on Brazilwood. Well, one thing at a time. First, how are you doing growth-wise? 26 like this. That's quite a long time, honestly. This is gonna be pretty ridiculous. 45 turns. Yeah, that's a very long time, but we need the production. That gives us the engineer in 26. It's still quite slow. It saves us 3 turns on the temple. 6 turns to get pottery. Well, we don't need pottery for the next 15. So can we get maybe something else before we get pottery? Animal husbandry, perhaps? 10, 16. Should we just do it this way? Just in case there are horses somewhere. It will give us another decent tile. This would allow or reveal fish. We don't have access to wheat, bananas, deer, or bison. So the granary bonus is not that important. Yeah, I think I want animal husbandry first. And we have now enough money for another archer. Let's go. One more thing that we also need desperately is the Golden Age. Because with the first Golden Age, we'll start getting the money. And every bit of extra money that we can get early means we'll be able to speed up the development. Should I go after the barbarians already? I probably should get 1 warrior before we go after the barbarians. Let's have 1 melee unit. Goodness of the hunt. There are pyramids. Look how long it took to build pyramids. Because in like domination games, I think pyramids are something that I will try to not focus on, but like try a different style. Even in domination games so far, I've been prioritizing Stonehenge, but now when pyramids are available this early, I think I want to try a different style. And it's good to know that the AIs build them this late, so that should basically guarantee that when I decide to go for pyramid, I get them. It's pretty important information. I mean, 10:59 is super late. Okay, border's growing. Do we care about the direction? Not really. Pantheon, goddess of springtime. This one could potentially be dangerous if it's someone with access to a lot of early plantations. And it was one of the options for us, but again, it would kick in so late. It's gonna take quite some time to get the plantations, and they take forever to build. We have to chop the jungle. It takes longer than chopping down forests even. Then to build the plantation, so we are talking like 25 turns to get 1, and then we would get 1 gold, 1 food, and 1 faith extra. It's just takes way too long for this for these type of pantheons to kick in to really be worth it. Also, it's gonna take quite some time before we get the option to get plantations here, since what is it, bronze working is not exactly a tag that's along the way of what we are trying to do. We'll probably get philosophy and maybe get to medieval era before we'll be able to chop forests, which is kind of insane. And here we go. This should be the first barbarian attempt to attack. Actually, we got pretty lucky with barbarians, I think, because they didn't do anything while we were vulnerable. And now with 2 archers, we should be able to get rid of them. Global monopoly on Brazilwood. There it is. And I should probably finally check what the monopoly actually is. I think I'll have to retreat next turn. And look at that. We did get the horses. So that's what we get the next. We can get the Brazilwood camp here. Maybe that would be better. But this tile won't be accessible for quite a while with the barbarians around. So I think, yeah, we want the horses now. And the monopoly on Brazilwood. Brazilwood. +2 culture from resource tiles, and we get it right away. Well, if I checked that monopoly in time, that would make the decision about the pantheon much easier, since this is the easy way how we can fix the early culture. We just get it from tiles. I hope we don't lose the archer now. No, this one is not moving. So yeah. We move away. We should be able to win this shootout. We may lose the camp though. That's unfortunate. We will probably lose the camp. Work together with Arabia. Sure. We'll need a trading partner early that can give us flat gold. Okay, you can move back, get the kill. How are we doing? 88. We need that warrior. Next. Oh, hey, Greece. Okay. I should probably check their unique ability. Look at the barbarians. Greece. Okay, so the unique ability is identical. No changes there. Hoplites, that's the original unique unit, and the other original one is Acropolis. Wait, when it defeats enemy in battle, receive 5 border growth in the city scaling with air. The unit was created by this, also 25 culture scaling with air. Is the border growth part of the original Acropolis without the 13 or 14 unique component, or is there a slight change? I really don't like Greece, so I don't know the exact effect of their unique abilities. Then, Cleft. What the hell is this? A quick and elusive guerrilla fighter. Only Greece may build it. Slightly weaker than the Gatling gun. The trouble is Gatling gun. Interesting. And does not have the covering for promotion. Starts with the Philhellenism and altitude training promotions. It can move after attacking. What the hell is this promotion? I'll have to check that one out. So it comes into play with rifling and obsolete with advanced ballistics. Replaces Gatling gun. Yeah. What the hell is this? It gains production in the capital and gold for every city-state ally or friend. Unranged. What? Unit gains production in the capital and gold. So it gives us production in the capital, it gives us gold. For every city-state ally or friend. So when it attacks, the game checks how many city-state allies and friends we have, and then gives us these two yields based on the number. Okay, interesting. These guys could potentially be really broken. I just have to know how much they actually give, because they come into play quite late. So at that point, it's very hard to balance the right amount. Either it's insignificant or it's completely broken. And then we have Agora. 25% production towards diplomatic units in the city. What does it replace? If it replaces anything. Doesn't seem to be replacing anything. Diplomatic units trained in the city receive the Prosinos promotion. No, does it replace a marketplace? I think that's what it replaces. Yeah, here it replaces market. And what is Prosinos? Can we see it somewhere? Five influence and 2 gold in the capital on the completion of diplomatic mission in the city-state's territory. Influence where? With the city-state where it went, so it's 5 influence better. Or with all city-states. I guess with that one city-state. So it makes slightly stronger diplomatic units. Plus 2 gold, like flat gold, not gold per turn. Why is it even there? I don't know what this is supposed to mean. Like, why would I care? The 5 influence, okay, that's relevant. But why would I care about 2 gold? It's almost like, looks like someone forgot to say gold per turn. But if it was gold per turn, then it could be potentially quite overpowered. I don't know. This part is very, very odd. Fine, so we know what Greeks can do. Let's focus on the barbarian. Heal up. How much money do we have? 97. Okay, nice. Still making a ton of money, so military hopefully won't be an issue. Orders, yeah, keep healing. There is the temple. So free herbalist, food, production for range units. The specialists no longer cause unhappiness, which is important. We will have 2 specialists very, very early, and we need as much happiness as possible so that we get the golden age. There is pottery. This is actually perfect timing. It lined up so that we completed the wonder at the same time we got pottery. And we can start working on the settler right away. And in 8 turns, are we gonna have enough units to escort him? I think it should be fine. Okay, let's go. Settler. 115, almost enough. Now, we want to go for mathematics, trade, writing, philosophy. We will most likely be able to build universities and Oxford University before we figure out how to mine and how to chop trees. Next. Did he pillage it? No, not yet. Can we kill him before he pillages? No. Ah. Wait, why would you not pillage the tile? That's weird. But I'm not gonna complain. Attack here. Okay, great. We managed to get that kill. Excellent. One more turn. Also, I should probably lock this tile. Yeah, we are making zero, or we are making zero on food right now because we are training the settler. Okay, what do we want to get? I think I still want barrage because he'll be using range units mostly defensively. In that case, the amount of shots we get matters. A range doesn't matter that much. So barrage. For earlier logistics, you can leave the city so we can start shooting. You're gonna need a turn, and we can get the warrior here. He spawned here. I was hoping he would spawn up here. And how long is it? In 5 turns, we will escort the settler. Question is, where do we want to go? I really want to secure the mine. How far is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that should be the ideal distance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. City here if possible. 1, 2, 3, and have the mine in a range. Or another option would be to get a city, well, closer, but where? Now, I want to secure the mine as soon as possible, then we will start worrying about like luxury, strategic resources. We have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the monopoly tile for sugar. So that's probably going to be the next priority. I'm thinking if I can get like decent distance from the capital and be able to grab the mine and this sugar, that would mean a city here or here. And that's too far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, it's not that far. We just wouldn't be on the coast, most likely. The city wouldn't be horrible. Would give us cattle. This one would be even better. This one would be perfect. This would have everything. These two... Stone, marble, would have all 3 of these. I think we got a winner. It's just gonna take a while to get there. But what I may do, I may just use the gold that we get from the first golden age to buy the tiles. Make sure that no one steals it. Okay, next. Just this may be a pain in the ass defending the city in case we have some early aggression from one of our neighbors. Because they're just, well, there is the jungle that could help, but overall this is just flat land, so no way to use the terrain to our advantage. I mean, there's the lake. The lake always helps. But doesn't change anything on the fact that the city is going to be very weak. And they can always have like siege units here bombarding the city across the lake. And then a few warriors trying to get to the city. Yeah, we'll have to have quite a few units around here. Okay, where do we go? You can already head this way. Archers, well, do as much damage as possible. You're safe, don't worry. Keep going. May even steal a worker from someone. We're gonna need like 4, oh well, maybe 3 for the capital early. And I don't think I'll have the production to build them. Barrage for you. Attack. Heal up. And yeah, you can actually keep moving. Next. What's your problem? I do want my Brazil wood, by the way. I can't sell it. Why can't I sell the first copy? Can only be acquired through creation of Brazil wood camps. I can trade with him. I can't trade with him. Why? That's odd. Go. I want to send both archers. If there wasn't a camp, there is a camp somewhere, most likely in the desert. I don't want to leave the capital completely exposed, so I think we'll have to take care of this camp with just 1 archer and the warrior. Oh, by the way, did we get any fish? 1, 2, 3, we got fish here. And this tile suddenly became a lot more interesting. It would be 1, 2, triple fish. The sugar is in workable range. We would get the stone. This could be like a specialist focused city, and also specialized in like naval production, of course, because you would want all the sea tiles to be as strong as possible. So harbor, seaport, blah, 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 all the kind of stuff. You'll be shooting from this tile, so the warrior is gonna sit here. There is the settler. Do we go for 1 more settler? If I'm not going for the Hanging Gardens, I think I can expand here. Question is how much I can afford it to expand. Before I provoke someone into aggression. Like expanding in this direction towards India. Not sure how I feel about that. There is a great city somewhere around here. 1, 2, 3, maybe here. 2, 3. It's a bit closer to the capital than I would like to, but it would be very well defended. Or would even like defended, protected by the mountain from this direction. We would have horses, cattle, double incense. There's actually another cattle here. There's also the early oasis. 1, 2, 3. No, this is too far. You can forget about this incense. I think anything that's to the north of this river, we can forget about. But we can grab this area. I think. Just hate the city location. Also, I'm not too happy about this one, but considering the placement of all the resources there, those are the best spots, I think. Okay, fine, let's go for one more settler. Delaying the shrine so much. You may not even get the religion in this game, but since we are very close to India, and we are most likely pretty close to Arabia as well, I don't think that getting a religion should be a high priority, because we're gonna lose it against these two. How are we doing here, by the way? Okay, give me those horses. And why are we not... Oh wait, we are not working this tile because we just popped the settler. Yeah, that's gonna cost us population. I'm still forgetting that getting settlers now costs population. 9 turns to grow. It's a pretty long time. But I want to secure the spot. Then the fourth city probably is not the top priority. So we get one more settler and then we grow. And we can get a fourth city later. After we learn a bit more about how the map looks like around us. Okay, next. You want horses. We could give him, well, sell him horses. He's offering quite a lot of money. Listen, I can sell you 3 horses. For 2, no, okay, 1 gold per turn. No, he doesn't have enough money. Okay, so it's gonna be 2 horses. And all of your money. Should be willing to pay. Yep. Okay, sounds good. This is pretty bad though. I may even walk the archer around them and settle the city before I get rid of the camp. We'll have a fish in workable range of the city. We can just pop a workboat in our capital and still we'll have the improved yields for this city. Okay, so I can pop the engineer on top of the sugar. Excuse me. Yeah, I definitely can't afford to sit here. Move back. Could buy another worker even. That might be better here than buying an archer. We will end up with what? We will end up with 51 gold and 5 gold per turn. So that's then what? Well, that's quite a long time, and that's like 20 turns before we would be able to buy another archer. What do you want to build after we get the settler? Granary, and then we can train the worker. I want to have 3, maybe 4 workers. I think I have to buy a worker here. Next. I really wanted an archer so that I could move 3 units this way and still have 1 archer in the city. But The worker is just too important. Just thinking if we're gonna be getting some extra yields from plantations, but I don't think so. So we do want to have the manufacturer here. There we go. Settler down to 3 turns. You can go here. Protect the worker while he's building the Brazilwood camp and attack this with this brute at the same time. You guys keep moving. And the second worker... can't get Brazilwood camp here. Is there anything around here that we want to improve right away? The stone. Yeah, I'm really missing that one unit. Also a bit risky. There could have been a barbarian sitting here. Okay, next. Nice. Yeah, it's like 30 turns before we get this plantation. It's so much more effective to just get it with great people. And 42 turns to get the next social policy. You need to lock the artist slot as soon as possible. Problem is we'll go down to 5 population. Okay, so if the Hendex moves here, I still will be fine. This worker should be fine. This is a little risky. I'm not sure that the archer can survive. I should be able to survive attack from an archer and the brute. But then if the brute moves here, attacks, the archer attacks, then... no, I can still retreat this way. Okay, okay, I should be fine. Next. It's a decent start with the lake. You want to get the monument. Great. And now we want to send both our archers to escort this settler. We'll go around. If I can avoid the Hendex, I'll try to do that. Okay, now if he moves here, he's gonna catch the worker. Sounds like something I want to avoid. Growth. 6 turns. Let's get the granary. How much would it slow down the production if I unlock this? 5. And the growth would be sped up to 4 from 6. I think I want to grow as fast as possible. The faster I grow, the faster I get the production back. Then we can probably get the shrine, although... Let's actually wait with the shrine. I don't really think it's a top priority this time. If we don't get the religion, who cares? There will be quite a few religions fighting for our attention. Next. Sapala demands incense. Yeah, that should happen. Move. Yes, so let us work together. That wasn't quite as much damage as I expected. Nice. I'm quite unlucky with the border growth. Because we need this tile and we need this tile. So we can get our camps. Next. Oh, interesting. Probably wants to pillage the tile, but somehow we had enough damage. Okay, I hope we can make it there before we get attacked by another barbarian. Next. You are fine. Keep working. Okay, so this is the city location. How are we doing? 91 gold. We desperately need one more, probably warrior. One more warrior and then archers. 12. It's quite a long time. We need to get to 6, like 9. Which way do I move? Probably just protect the worker, but I think I will have to retreat to Rio. Next. We want monument. How much money do we have? 95. We need to get those mines. Really? Do I have to reset it again? No, mausoleum. Free stoneworks. What are we gonna do with stoneworks here? Skill of the King Day begins, and it gives production signs and gold. That's a nice bonus. So it gives culture and faith. 16 turns. But that's one of the wonders that's nice to have when you really have time to build it. But we need so many other things. Like 2 more workers. Like another warrior. And another archer. And a shrine. And a worker. So I basically can get these 4 things. Or the mausoleum. That doesn't really give that much. I would much rather get all of this. Which way do we send the archer? Probably just should sit here. 45. Go. Once I get the second warrior, I'll send the archer this way. We'll get rid of the camp. Still have a feeling that I'm missing something. Well, what I'm missing are people in the capital that would work the specialist slots. By this point, I have to focus on growth. How is the worker doing? 1 more turn. There goes Statue of Zeus. And the camp is on one of these 2 tiles. Yeah, I knew there was a barbarian camp in the desert somewhere. You can go this way so that the archer can keep shooting. Did a lot of damage while defending. I could maybe move and shoot, so the camp is here. Next. Okay, now we have someone interested in Brazilwood and willing to pay a lot of money. Actually, forgot to speed up the work on the second camp. I could have saved a turn there. This will maybe 7. Would you pay 7? You would. That's a lot of money. Okay, maybe now when we have 1 trade, he'll ask if we want to be friends. I would accept, and with the money he has in the bank, we could sell him the second sugar once we get it. Or maybe even the first sugar that we are getting from here, and then get the sugar back once this plantation is done. You can stay here. You will get rid of this guy. There is the camp that I forgot to speed up. Now there's gonna be a camp here. There's gonna be a camp here. Because this is a forest, we just can't see it properly. But this is a forest, so we can have a Brazilwood camp there. There is gonna be Brazilwood camp here. I hope there is a luxury on this tile. Because there would be 2 more camps. Okay, these tiles, we can't do anything with them. Let's wait. I need an escort for the worker. He'll be heading to Sao Paulo. Or actually, we can start building roads. There'll be one road going along the coast. 2, 4, 6, or 2. This is actually a mistake. We want the road to go this way. 2, 4, 6, but then we'll use this tile for the road to Salvador. So that will save us 1 tile overall. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Or 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, it will save us 1 tile. Okay, next. Actually, how do we want to do it? We want to send the warrior here so we can take care of this camp, and then we want to send the archer escorting the worker, and we'll take out this camp. Here we can stay in place. You need some healing. And I think that's gonna be all for this episode, except I'll speed up the next worker. We are now making 13 gold per turn, so we will maybe even save that. No, we want 1 more archer, and then we're gonna save up so that we can upgrade all the archers into composite bows. We can maybe even get 2 archers and then get the promotions, or rather upgrades. 31 turns away from social policy. Yeah, that's a long time. I think I'll just skip the Hanging Gardens. Okay, what I may do next after the shrine is a Pathfinder. It sucks that we lost the first one. And we would explore what's to the south of Sao Paulo, if there is another city location. And also, embarkation here. Once you get fishing, I want to check this island, because this could be our next city. If there is maybe 1 more fish to the south, or if we get really lucky and there is a luxury, then this would be a great city. And I probably also want to check if there is something interesting here, because potentially there could be a city location, but it have to be a pretty good tiles. This is too close to India. So yeah, if we want to expand, it's gonna be this way or this way, and we want to explore if there are maybe some more islands in this direction. That's what we want to find out in the next episode. So we are done for today. I hope that you liked this episode. I hope that you can join me next time again. And until then, have a good time. Bye bye.